Today we're talking about why people think it's okay to call me a nigger.
This world.
So let's get into it. Right now, we're supposed to be living in one of the most progressive moments in human history. We have banks that are literally sponsoring pride parades. We have diversity and inclusion seminars with free muffins afterwards. And we have TikToks telling people not to be saying the N-word. Progress, right? But somehow we're still regressing because racism, casual homophobia, casual misogyny, she has a podcast now, and we're all just vibing with it like it's normal. It's not just offhand comments or edgy jokes. There's a bigger cultural current that is pulling us backwards. And that comes with the rise in modern conservatism. This rise in conservatism isn't just political, it's emotional. It's people clinging onto this idea of the good old days, even though the good old days were only good for some people. Over the last decade, we've seen conservative movements surge across the world, from right-wing parties gaining traction online to creators romanticizing traditional values. But underneath these speeches about freedom and family, there's often a quiet resentment, sometimes even loud. It's this feeling that progress has moved too fast, that equality has made them uncomfortable in some sort of way. Think about it for a second. When a group of people that are used to dominance start feeling criticized or replaced, they don't see it as balance, they see it as a loss, and conservatism feeds on that fear. It turns this nostalgia that they somehow feel into a political weapon, and it turns all resistance to social change that they have into some sort of moral crusade that they can now hide behind. That's why casual racism slips through so easily in these spaces. It's framed as telling it like it is, or being honest, or just refusing to be censored. The language shifts from just outright hate to coded phrases and dog whistles that sound harmless, but in reality, they reinforce those same hierarchies that we've always been trying to take down. So when we talk about casual racism becoming normalized, we can't just blame individuals that are saying the wrong thing, even though they should still be held accountable. We have to also look at like all the cultural tides, how conservatism dressed up as tradition or logic is giving people a reason to stop caring about equality. Because when apathy becomes their ideology, discrimination doesn't only survive, it thrives. Now that I've given you guys all of that intro and understanding, I'll be reading my notes. I think we can all agree that out of everyone that's catching hate right now, there's one group that's taking all of the hits, and that's Black women, specifically dark-skinned Black women. The way the society treats them has shifted from just outright cruel to recreational. The hate is public, it's loud, and a lot of the time it's monetized. Black women are expected to do everything. They're expected to be soft but strong, nurturing but never too loud, beautiful but not too ethnic. And God forbid that they show even a little bit of emotion, because suddenly they're intimidating, they're aggressive, they're masculine, they're angry. Meanwhile, Becky can take her iced latte from Starbucks and throw it in someone's face, and it's just, no, she's just being passionate. I'd literally kill myself. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. I want to talk about two key characters, Michelle Obama and Caster Semenya. Both are successful, highly visible dark-skinned Black women, and both are ruthlessly masculinized by the media and society. Michelle Obama couldn't even show her arms without being called a linebacker, and Caster Semenya was literally investigated to prove if she was woman enough to compete. And this is where we start what I'm calling the transvestigation industrial complex. Every time a Black woman is confident, athletic, built, or just tall, it's suddenly she's a man. They can't win. If they're too feminine, they're now sexualized by the media. And if they're too masculine, they get dehumanized. And let's be honest, the internet, us, didn't help. We laughed at those memes, we reposted the jokes, and we normalized it. And once you normalize disrespect in one area, it spreads. I don't think a lot of people understand the concept of intersectionality. It's not just a buzzword. It's literally the framework for understanding how different forms of discrimination overlap. When we talk about women like Michelle Obama or Caster Semenya being investigated for actually being men, we're not just seeing misogyny and we're not just seeing racism, we're seeing both wrapped in transphobia. This transvestigating culture hurts cisgender women by denying them their femininity and agency just based on how they look. And it hurts trans women too by reinforcing the idea that womanhood is something that you have to prove to the world. The result that we get there, queer lives and straight lives alike are policed, they're ridiculed, and they're stripped of their complexity. I feel what we really need to talk about is the effect that Zeus Network and Baddies has had on society.
Oh, Miss Nunn.
Oh yes, Natalie Nunn, the CEO of Chaos. Now listen, I'm not here to tell black women how to behave or that we all have to sip tea and quote Maya Angelou every day. But what we do need to talk about is the difference between liberation and exploitation. The Baddies franchise, it's not empowerment, it's monetized dysfunction. Fighting on camera, screaming in hotels, baby daddy culture, and no context whatsoever. The audience is eating it up, and it's not just the black audience. It's being passed around, memed, stitched, laughed at by people who've never even cared about black women to begin with. To them, it's not culture, it's content, it's a spectacle. And if that does sound familiar, you're probably thinking about minstrel shows. Minstrel shows were all about exaggerated stereotypes. Black people were painted as loud, violent, hypersexual, uneducated. And if we draw some parallels between that and Baddies, we see one, the exaggeration for entertainment, check, violence framed as comedy, check, and consumption by non-black audiences who think it's just jokes, triple check. The only difference is this time it's available in 4K on a $5 streaming app. I've been yapping about all of the causes and the history. What is the casual racism, Kevin? Shh, I'm getting there. Let's talk about the gorilla AI videos.
My red flags? Don't sneak up on me or you losing a titty. Bitch, he taking pics again. I'ma throw a rock at his little REI ass. I'm trying to be low-key.
Ever believe you? Holy yeah.
You've seen them, I've seen them, you've probably even laughed at them. And I won't lie, I did too. And then I felt weird about it. Those animated apes dancing, fighting, twerking, and behaving exactly like how the women on Baddies are is... And y'all can call me too woke for this, but yeah, it's not just racism, it's digital blackface. They're using literal monkeys to mock and recreate the behavior of black women and how they're portrayed in the media. And we're letting it happen. They're not hiding the message. It's on our FYP and it's being monetized. It's them saying that we don't see you as people, we see you as content. And please don't get me started on non-black creators using a black scent. And again, this isn't just about making black media more palatable to white audiences. It's not about telling black creators to be quieter, to be softer, or to be more respectable so that white people can feel more comfortable when viewing our content. It's about liberating black communities and black expression from the chokehold of just humiliation and stereotypes. When we constantly center violence, dysfunction, and hypersexuality as our forms of entertainment, we trap ourselves in a cycle where the most extreme versions of us are the only ones that end up being visible. And that visibility comes at the cost of our dignity. And we deserve better. This is about reclaiming our image, our stories, and our right to be seen in our fullness, not just as caricatures, but as people. So how do we fix this? Let's break down the problem first of all. We have the systemic dehumanization of dark-skinned black women. We have this then being normalized through media, pop culture, and jokes that people make that we let slide. We have this amplified by TV platforms and exploitative networks. And we have this then spread globally and pictured and framed as entertainment. What we then get is real-life disrespect and harassment and discrimination on the ground. What are the solutions that we then have? I don't have all the answers, but here's what I think we should do. We should stop supporting media that's built on humiliating us. We should support creators who portray black people in complex and real ways. We should call out racism even when it's just a meme or just a joke. And we should protect black women like our life depends on it, because it literally does. So no, This video is not about making blackness more digestible for white folks. It's a plea to stop the casual, chronic humiliation of black people, especially black women. Because when society sees you as a joke for long enough, it eventually stops seeing you as a person. So let's change that. Like, subscribe, send to your toxic uncle, or don't. I'm still gonna call out nonsense anyway.